welcome back to my channel. I am back with this week's 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days recap. If you're wondering where I was for 2 months, why I wasn't posting, what's my new schedule gonna be like, go ahead and check out my previous video. And anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this week's video. We begin this season of Before the 90 Days with Amanda. She lives in Louisiana and is 31 years old. She has 2 children, and she reveals that the children's dad, her husband Jason, recently passed away. He had lung problems, and she insisted that he go see the doctor. As it turned out, he had stage 4 terminal cancer, and he passed away 10 days after the diagnosis. Wow, they really started this season off heavy, didn't they? He told me he wanted me to move on. So she did, maybe a little quicker than he expected. She says, I was on TikTok watching live streams, and I sent a rose to this guy I saw. It cost less than $1, but the guy immediately went to my DMs to thank me. His name is Razvan. He's a model. Oh, Jesus. And a singer and a social media entertainer. He's from Romania. Why do I feel like this dude is probably best friends with Andrew Tate? I can't wait to go to Romania to meet him, but I am a little guilty that it's so soon after Jason's death. She's purposely vague about how long it's been since Jason passed away, but she does say that it happened earlier this year, and that she's been dating Razvan for about 4 months. I don't want to judge her, she seems very emotionally vulnerable to be on this kind of show, this early in the stages of grief especially, but you know Jason's family is watching this talking some major shit, I'm just saying. Next, we have returning couple Gino and Jasmine. Gino is in a salon feeling up on some hair extensions while making really inappropriately sexual noises. Oh yeah, these are nice and soft. How much are they? $3.20 a pack. How many packs for a head of hair? 5. So he texts his sugar baby, fiance, Jasmine, how many packs do you want? She says, I can't do shit with 1 pack. I need all of them. End of conversation. Haha, she sure pushes me to my limit sometimes. My feisty Latina. Feisty, that's an interesting word for mentally ill. I filed the K1 visa for Jasmine to come here, but it still hasn't gotten approved, and she's getting impatient. I can't wait to visit her. I even got some new hats. The kooky music that TLC is playing in the background for this scene is truly something to listen to. Like, yes, we are all laughing at the circus clown. Jasmine sees the fedora that this man bought, and she's like, haha, yeah, honey, that is great. I'm sure he also packed some super glue this time, to ensure that she doesn't rip it off when she gets mad at him again. We transition over to Jasmine. A doctor is looking up her vag, and she says, I showered for this. It doesn't smell right. And then ironically in confessional, she says, I'm the whole package. Definitely some holes in your scenes. Jasmine has been on this show before, and she knows what to do and what to say for maximum attention and airtime. Some people are just made for this industry, truly. She tells the vaginal rejuvenation doctor, I want to be a virgin again. Please, doctor. I have a high sex drive, and my fiance, he doesn't ejaculate. He has to go to the bathroom to finish. I even tried sticking my finger up his ass. Obviously, the 90 Day Fiancé to OnlyFans pipeline is very strong. I think the reason she's talking like this in these scenes is to entice subs to go to her OnlyFans. This poor doctor, by the way, is just a pawn. He says he has enough information, and his eyes are widening in shock, and this is a man who stares at old coochie all day. So it probably takes a lot to surprise him. Next we have Riley, 48 years old. He says, I'm a huge jazz fan. I see colors when I hear music. That is synesthesia, my friend. Or LSD. And given that we're watching 90 Day Fiancé, I get the feeling it's LSD. He works in public safety, and he has had a lot of experiences with the worst possible scenarios. He caught his best friend hiding in his girlfriend's closet sleeping with her. His next girlfriend hopped on a plane to Philly one day and just never came back. So he downloaded a Vietnamese dating app, he said that specifically, I guess to find some underprivileged women who can't afford to hop on a plane to escape him. They show pictures of the girl, she's very pretty, and thank God she's 43. Did anyone else breathe a sigh of relief that she wasn't 18? These American men just love getting barely legal women in Asian countries. He describes her as hilarious and clever. He FaceTimes her and, oh, someone's been using FaceApp. However, she has not dethroned Mahogany as the FaceApp queen. It's gonna take a lot more than that. She says, you love me. He says, no, I don't. Whenever I say I love you, the women leave. So instead, I flip them off. Yes, the way they sign off with each other on the phone is by flipping each other off. I actually thought it was kind of funny and cute. Amanda goes to get a spray tan to prepare for her trip. Her sister Amber tells her, you know, you don't have to go. I feel like you're just trying to fill a void that Jason left. You and Razvan break up and get back together all the time. Yeah, only because of his flirty striptease social media content. Once, he thought I was sleeping and he went on live stream. I snuck onto it. One of his viewers was a woman and he suggested that she take a shower and she was wearing a white t-shirt. Maybe he could just smell her stank ass through the screen. Have you ever thought of that, Amanda? Next we have Tyray. He's over there singing in the park with his ukulele, making up songs. A runner passes by and Tyray starts singing. There's a man walking by in a red hat and a blue sweater. Now, that's very sweet and adorable. But imagine you were working out in the park and this man over here is narrating your every move. Like, Anastasia, you passed me 3 times. Started off running, now you're walking. You're not actually exercising, you're playing on your phone and walking around the park. Anyway, he says, I've always been big and it's made me insecure. I'm 33 years old and a virgin. My dad was shot in the park when I was 4. And my mom had a brain tumor and then had a stroke when they removed the tumor. So my mom moved in with me and I'm her full-time caretaker. All my siblings have a family now and I just want to be like them. Jesus, does TLC stand for the Learning Channel or Trauma Life Channel? The sob stories they picked this season are on par with like American Idol. So Tyray has been dating 27-year-old Carmela online. She doesn't work right now, but she wants to go to school and she does hair. They only ever talk on Snapchat. He says that they even have naughty snap sessions. With camera roll uploads, of course. Never live video. He asked to see her once to video chat, but she ignored him. He's waiting on a cheap flight to pop up so he can go see her. Gino FaceTimes Jasmine. She's desperate for an update on the visa, but he has nothing. Jasmine takes this personally. Stop it, Gino! Now I have to move again to another temporary apartment. And then she says, I worry that he made a mistake on the application. He insisted on filling it out himself. Didn't want to hire a lawyer. Gino's out here buying fake titties, horsehair extensions, lip injections, but not a lawyer. Interesting. You have to find me a new place now. Don't worry, I have one in mind. It's a 2-bedroom apartment for $3,000 a month. For my last month in my country, I want to live like a queen. Why a 2-bed? I need one of the bedrooms for my sister. Plus, I don't want her to hear us having loud sex where you don't finish. Subscribe to my OnlyFans, Jasmine Panama. I don't finish because we argue, Jasmine. He says I'm attracted to Jasmine, but when we fight, I lose my desire. Yeah, that's it. For the next scene, there's no music or sound effects, and I actually had to look up from my laptop to watch it. We have David. He's 42 years old and works in a grocery store and a casino. He was born deaf. He says, or I guess he signs, my family was all hearing, and they sent me to a deaf school when I was young. Interacting with hearing people leaves me very frustrated since I can't speak or read lips. My last relationship was with a deaf woman 6 years ago, but she cheated on me. I met my current girlfriend Sheila on a Facebook group. She's 31 years old from the Philippines, and she has a 12-year-old son. She was born hearing, but she had problems with her ears, and she wears hearing aids now. She's learning ASL, American Sign Language, so we can communicate. We've dated for 2 years, but we never met in person. David goes to the bar. He's friends with the bartender, and he chats about Sheila, but he uses this app, so he'll type out what he wants to say, and then the app will speak it out loud. So his friend says, how do you think Sheila feels about you going to see her? He says, I think she can't wait to see me. And I guess he typed emojis into the app, so the app starts like describing the emojis as it's reading it off. So out loud, this app is yelling, smiley face licking lips, smiley face smirking licking lips. Are there any doubts? Yeah, one thing is my family doesn't like me sending Sheila money, but she lost her job during COVID, and then she had a house fire, and then a typhoon hit her house. Now, I want to say that that's unbelievable, but they do show a video. Traumatic Life Channel. Grand total, I sent her maybe $3K. Honestly, give this woman the money. I actually feel really bad for her. Next is Amanda again. She says, in 3 days, I'm traveling to Romania to give this man a kiss. I think he might want a little more than that. Razvan and my kids talk often. He dresses up in costumes for them, but I haven't told my kids that I'm in a relationship with him. Yeah, please don't. They are still clearly grieving their dad. I don't think they're moving on as fast as you are. So she FaceTimes Razdan. What's the plan when I get there? I show you nice places in Bucharest, and then we shoot music video about love. Maybe I kiss another actress. No you won't. You can't control what I do in my job. And then they show his borderline pornographic acting reel. I mean, it's really funny. We got ice dripping on girls' skin. Like, it's really something. She tells him, I didn't like your movie trailer. Sweetie, the movies that he's doing do not have trailers. Riley goes to a Juneteenth celebration with his friends, and he insists, my trip is not a big deal. And then pictures start falling down at the party, and his friend's like, the ancestors say it's a big deal. Have you sent her money? No, I mean, I sent one of her daughters $100 for her 16th birthday. Are you ready to be a stepfather to 2 girls? Yeah, I am, and I want her daughters to come here too. Do you love her? Yes, but I don't say that to her. She lies to me. She told me like 3 months in that she was divorced, even though I'd been asking her that for months and she always said no. And also, she said that she deleted her dating app, but I saw her still on there. I betcha she said, well, why are you still on the dating app? And he says, yeah, that's what she said exactly. That's what I thought. Next is Gino and Jasmine. Gino finally agrees to pay for Jasmine's apartment. She rewards him by meeting up with a much more attractive man named Dan? Great Dane? She says he's handsome, he's rich. Oh, and also he's my most recent ex before Gino. We were only together for a short period though. I need chaos and passion. He's too delicate. And Gino isn't. The man carries around a spare hat because he's ashamed of being bald. I have good news. I'm moving into your building. We can cook together. Is Gino gonna live in the building too? Yeah. Will that be awkward? Gino might get the wrong idea. And then she tells Dan the nude picture story. My pictures were spread among schools and I was banned from teaching. I lost my career. Jasmine, shut up. You lost your career because you're making a damn fool of yourself on reality TV. I'm pretty sure your students bought your OF and were just spreading it around the school until everyone was so embarrassed that they had to fire you. Dan says, I don't mean this personally, but you don't want to force anything. Any man would be lucky to have you. Don't settle. Next scene, we are on episode 1 and we get a TLC message pop up that the producers uncovered info about Carmela, Tyray's girlfriend. They actually break the fourth wall and show the producer talking to Tyray. So we found out some info. If you decide that you don't want us to use this footage or film anymore, that's okay. So we learned Carmela is not being honest. About what? The person you've been messaging is not the person in the pictures. Do you know who it is? We reached out. It took a while. And we talked to them. They admitted that they're not who they said. It's a dude! Dun dun dun! And that's all for this first episode of 90 Day Fiancé. What do you guys think of this first episode? What do you think of the new couples? Is there a little too much trauma there? What do you think of Gino and Jasmine coming back? Is she gonna bang the ex? Make sure to leave a comment down below, and make sure to subscribe for more recaps every week.